Hello guys, it's WizardTZK, and today we're going to be talking about Black Ops 6 Citadel Day More, and we actually do have some more information which is actually quite good, and this has been brought to us in terms of the COD Pod. I would have preferred a gameplay trailer to be honest, but they do explain it a lot better here, and yeah, since they're in the Christmas spirit, I thought I may as well get into the Christmas spirit by playing Christmas Rust. This is actually the name of the map I'm going to be playing in the background. So if you want to check this map out, I'll leave it in the description. It's actually took me 4 attempts to try and record because I kept screwing up. Yeah, anyway, let's get into the zombies content.
So, Kevin, one thing that launched at Season 1 for Liberty Falls and Terminus is directed mode. So I just want to make sure that we're circling on that because I look at directed mode and I'm like, what a great time with the holidays for your pals to jump in. Maybe they've never played zombies, they want to try something different. What's that been like with directed mode launching, and what can we expect?
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been a kind of a passion project for the team. We want to make sure that especially coming off of like MWZ, some players are maybe used to a very open world experience that's very, I would say, casual comparatively. Like you can kind of go at your own pace, and round-based zombies is very different. And so this was a nice answer to that. And I think it's really inviting to new players. If you're listening to or watching this podcast, you probably know all sorts of things about zombies, but your friends who might be on the fence or never even checked it out, it's a great way to bring them in an environment that's a little more easy.
So yeah, first of all, they basically talk about directed mode, which we already know. You've got directed mode for 2 maps, Liberty Falls and Terminus. And I'm guessing as well we're going to have one for Citadel Day More when that Easter egg gets solved. Yeah, basically discussing this before, but the directed mode is basically like a good way to get new players involved, because Easter eggs are obviously like a big part of zombies. Whilst there is a ton of guides out there on YouTube, you also get the option of playing through a game mode with a controlled environment.
And of course, with the new map, can you tell us a little bit about what directed mode will look like eventually, right? Like those maps came out at launch. Then with the launch of Season 1, we had directed mode. So there's always going to be a delay between when the map is live and when directed mode starts. So what might that look like for Citadel?
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty similar, about the length, same amount of time as the launch maps. So you can expect very early next year is when that will flip on for Citadel.
I'm also really excited to see the big change. Of course, Liberty Falls, a little bit more modern, a little bit more, urban area. Terminus is this sort of, a lot of concrete, a lot of, sort of spy lab vibe going on. So this is a really, really exciting departure, design-wise.
So, yeah, basically they did confirm that the directed mode is going to come early 2025 for Citadel. They said very early, so of course they mentioned how after a month the map releases, they're basically going to make the directed mode for it. I don't know how fast people tend to solve Easter eggs anyway, so we will have plenty of time to do that before directed mode comes out. There will be their own exclusive rewards. Another thing I do like as well is they mentioned how Citadel is different from Terminus, because they mentioned how obviously Terminus is like a underground science bunker lab, whereas they actually mentioned Citadel is based in more of like a magic medieval sort of setting, which is good. We're getting away from that laboratory setting and that facility kind of atmosphere, which I mean is what a lot of maps are based on really in zombies, but we're actually getting something a bit different. They also mentioned magic as well, so obviously there's something to do with chaos and stuff, which I'll touch more on later.
Where does this sit storyline wise? Is this taking place directly after Terminus?
Yeah, so I'm calling this our European vacation. We've broken out of Terminus.
Zombies goes to France.
Zombies goes to France. We've discovered that we're looking for Dr. Kraft, and the reason is he's the foremost expert on the occult and has direct knowledge and ties to the Sentinel artifact that we're now trying to track down, which will help us. But this is the next step, and so it brings us here to Avalon in the southern region of France, and we're here to find Kraft and find the Sentinel artifact.
So no spoilers, but if you have not finished the main quest in Terminus, we're kind of picking up right where that left the dedicated crew off.
Exactly, and really, the rest of the game or through the seasons, we're going to be following this crew and their story.
Awesome.
So yeah, you hear it there, folks. It's basically going to take place after Terminus, as we know, as we see at the ending cutscene of Terminus. And it is tied a lot with Chaos, which is good. I actually quite like that. Like, rather than having two stories going on at once, like Black Ops 4, they actually merged everything together, which is good. One issue Black Ops 4 did have was that there was the Ether and the Chaos story. It can be a bit difficult to keep track of, especially when there's two things going on at once. But now that we have one main story, that is good. And of course, in that story, we're basically in Citadel Demore looking for Dr. Kraft, who actually has knowledge about the Sentinel artifact, which is from Chaos. So it is linked very well with the Dark Ether storyline. And they even mention as well we have the same crew throughout all of the seasons, so we will be sticking to basically the same people. But, I mean, it'll be different settings, obviously, different maps, but we'll get to that further later in the line when we actually get more information about those maps.
So speaking of Terminus, how would you kind of categorize the experience? Like Miles made a great point, art style in terms of the milieu. I think I used that correctly. The setting, you know, the vibe of the two different maps. Obviously, this Citadel is something, a new flavor for us, which is really exciting. But from an experience standpoint, kind of like how do you categorize it between the two existing maps of just, you know, Easter eggs and main quest and what to expect?
Yeah, I think like it's a big map. It's dense. You know, it's like Liberty Falls is very simple, straightforward. Terminus is like one of the biggest we've ever made, and we don't have an ocean in this one. So you can imagine kind of like the size of Terminus, but kind of compacted, right? And,
You're right.
And being a castle, there's a lot of claustrophobic spaces, especially once you get further into the map. Places you don't want to be necessarily high rounds for very long. So I'm hoping it will provide a nice challenge for players. Kind of coming off of Liberty Falls and Terminus, like this is the next step. And we'll see where it goes from there.
Awesome.
So, yeah, they've got a bit more information about Citadel Demore. They mentioned the castle bit has a lot of claustrophobic spaces, which is going to be interesting. I like to see how that sort of works out. And even talked about the village area, of course. So obviously the village is fully accessible. You can even go into the castle. This sounds like a pretty big map, but they also mentioned Terminus was one of the biggest maps they made. So this could probably be just around the size of Terminus. But yeah, they also mentioned there's going to add a ton of challenges and stuff. But again, I don't know how fun it would be with the elite zombies.
Awesome.
Very exciting.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Wonder Weapon the Wonder Weapons?
We know that each map coming around Base Zombies in Black Ops 6 has a Wonder Weapon. So we're just kind of like, poking around, you know?
Yeah. So this is what I'll say. We're going to a castle, and that invokes a certain imagery. And we have a dedicated melee slot in this game. And so it kind of made perfect sense to, I don't know, have some swords be the wonder weapons. And another aspect is when we get a chance, we love to do 4 elemental weapons. It's something that's really fun, where, you know, each player can kind of identify with one of these 4 elemental weapons and like their play style and have a lot of fun. So
Well, swords have been confirmed to be in Black Ops 6 Zombies. And they mentioned wonder weapons, so obviously we'll get more wonder weapons, more than one wonder weapon. They didn't mention anything about the Mark II though, and there was a rumour going around that the ray gun Mark II was going to be returning to Black Ops 6 Zombies. Again, it's only a rumour, so you can't really know if it's fully true. And they also mentioned as well, and I quote, "We were going to get elemental wonder weapons when we get the chance." So perhaps these swords aren't actually elemental. There's probably going to be some more elemental ones down the line. Or maybe these are. But the way they said it, they sound like they're planning to do it, just not now.
We've got a new perk
yes.
coming. We've got the Tesla Storm as the new field upgrade. We've got the Light Mend ammo mod. Take us through a couple of these and, you know, tell us what we've got to get excited about.
So let's start with the perk, because that's a big deal. Everyone's like, which one is it?
I know, a lot of speculation.
It's Vulture, which is a perk we haven't seen since Buried in Black Ops 2.
Wow.
And it specializes in making zombies drop things. So now if you drink this perk, zombies can drop ammo. They can drop more salvage.
Lethals. That's what I want them to drop.
Yeah. So like if you like picking up things, this is the perk for you. It also got a very awesome kind of reskin, just like we've been doing with a lot of the perks that are older. We bring them back, and the team does an amazing job, like making them very unique and having a lot of character. This time, the Vulture 8 is literally a giant, like vulture, and its beak can actually take out zombies when you buy the perk. It's really cool.
So yeah, Vulture Aid is confirmed to be back again. We haven't had it since Black Ops 2 Zombies, which is definitely a long time ago, and it sounds like it does the same thing as its old variant, basically gives you ammo. They didn't mention anything about the green cloud that it drops. If you remember from the old one, it basically drops like a green mist that allows you to be unseen. I don't know if that's returning, but they did mention you can get ammo and stuff, which is good, because I think Black Ops 6 does have a bit of a ammo problem. And not to mention as well, the entire machine's been redesigned, so now you got like this giant vulture which he takes out zombies when you buy the perk. Can't wait for that. That looks so good. I mean, it sounds good. I haven't seen it yet, but it definitely does sound good.
Tesla Storm field upgrade. This is coming back. It makes you a living Tesla coil, so very useful. It just shocks and damages zombies all around you. What's really cool in co-op is it actually links up with anyone near you.
Oh,
so
no
it's a
way.
great co-op skill.
Yes.
Like you pop that, all of you connect, and it's like you're like this, I don't know, army of lightning. It's
Like a chain link
epic.
friendship.
Pitching me as an army of lightning. Like,
Yeah.
hello, I'm in. Count me in.
yeah.
And Lightmend, the
Yes.
ammo mod coming.
So Lightman is a brand new ammo mod. We never had this, and ammo mods. It's really we want to make sure every time we make a new ammo mod, it serves like a new gameplay role. And this time around, it's all about healing and kind of defense. So the idea here is with this ammo mod, when you kill zombies, they spawn these little health orbs, and they'll stick around and then kind of suck into you when you go low on health.
Awesome.
So if you kind of kite in an area, you'll start to accumulate this supply of orbs to kind of bail you out if you get in trouble.
Support players, we're looking at you guys.
Yeah, very
And that
helpful.
helps,
need
everyone,
ya.
that helps the whole team.
Yeah, so anyone who's low on health that runs near
Ooh.
one
Grab
is gets
them.
sucked up. And then also you can augment all of these. There's 6 augments for each of these. With the light mend, like you can actually make it even a little bit offensive. So those orbs will damage zombies if they run through it. If you're kind of playing, if you don't necessarily need all the healing capacity.
So yeah, that was a lot of information right there. You got the Tesla Storm from Cold War basically returning, and it also links to other players in co-op, which is good. I actually really liked the Tesla Storm from Cold War, no matter how overpowered it was. You might nerf it a little bit, I don't know, but definitely could see it's back. There's also a new ammo mod called Lightman, I think it's called, and they mention it's all about healing and defense. Zombies will basically spawn healing orbs now, which I think you only really use when you're low on health. That will help, especially with the amount of manglers that shoot at you, and it can only be used when low on health as well, and the entire team can use it, which is good. Definitely a bit of teamwork in there. And they even mentioned about some augments as well, like the ability to damage zombies with a certain augment. I don't know, it sounds a little bit overpowered when you actually read into it, but they might end up nerfing it, or it might not end up being that powerful.
But we also have 3 new gobblegums coming.
Yes.
Care to
So-
share?
I would love to. So we have Power Keg returning, which spawns at full power, which is really useful for boss fights, things like that, when you need like frenzy guard back in a pinch. We have a new one that's called Timeout, which is what you think it is, where it actually like stops the round and gives you a nice lengthy break.
Just a little
So
sabbatical.
if the squad's like almost dead, it's like timeout. We can go reset, get everyone up, get everyone equipped, and then we'll resume.
I get that in Idolize. I'm taking a vacation.
Exactly. And then the last one is a new, it's called Holiday Cheer, and it is a whimsical, and it has all the zombies spawning with festive wreaths around their necks. So you can kind of stock up on these during the holiday season and then use them throughout, as you please, throughout the rest of the year.
So you've also got some new gobblegums. You've got Power Keg, which obviously does what it does on the tin, spawns power up, which is good for recharging your field upgrades. Timeout is actually a new one, recently just announced. I think it's a new one anyway. It stops the rounds and basically gives you a massive break. So of course if your squad's basically down, you're the last person alive, just pull one of these out. I don't know how long it actually lasts, but from what they say, it sounds like it lasts a long time. So it gives you the chance to get back on your feet. And apparently it's a really good squad saver as well, so we'll have to wait and see. And finally, the last one is Holly Cheer, which is, again, it's just a whimsical, gives you Christmas themed Zeds.
You know, as we sign off from Naughty or Nice, I did say that it was inspired by something coming to Season 1 Reloaded. You care to tell us
Yes.
a little more?
So Jingle Hells is coming to Black Ops 6, and what we have done is completely rethemed Liberty Falls and decked the halls completely. And so this version of Liberty Falls is set in winter. The river's frozen over, garlands,
Holiday
trees, snowmen
wonderland that
everywhere.
is also a hellscape.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So Jingle Hells, is this purely a cosmetic change, or is there kind of any gameplay modifiers there?
No, it's more than that. So there's a lot of just kind of minor tweaks here and there. So Saint Mangler has taken the arsenal away.
Old
so
Saint Mangler.
to get the higher weapon rarities, you're gonna have to use other methods. But there's snowballs in the map, so you can freeze zombies, and when you kill them, they have a chance to drop presents,
Incredible.
which have all sorts of new weapons. There are special rounds that actually, it gets really cold outside, and you start to slow down and freeze, so you have to seek shelter, or else. So that's gonna be very challenging.
That sounds way harder.
The
Something else
naughty or
coming to
nice
Jingle
power-up.
Hells. So in
Yes.
Jingle Hells, we're also getting some special looking enemies.
Yes.
What can you tell us?
So every enemy has been had a holiday pass on them, and so they've got new names, and the vermin are now tinsel makers, and they have all these little red boots, and little holiday hats. Very terrifying in its own unique way. And then that goes all the way up. The Mangler, the Abomination.
Yeah.
They all get a little holiday
Seasonal
cheer.
paint job. Oh my god.
They're incredible. Seasonal intro
Mm-hmm.
to Jingle Hells that I won't spoil, but I screamed when I saw it, and it's perfect, and I can't wait for
it's so good.
I can't wait.
Yeah, the team did an incredible job. Yeah. No, I'm gonna be
Okay.
back.
Sure. Yeah, that was the plan.
You know, the train is out of the station, and we're not losing steam. There's going to be plenty of zombies throughout the year, so
And
lots of opportunities.
so much. It's Season 1 Reloaded. I cannot wait for it to be out.
So yeah, they're reducing the amount of Mangler spawns, apparently. Don't know how much I can believe that. 'Cause, I mean, their idea of reducing the amount of Manglers is probably just taking one away and then calling it quits. With Manglers, I don't know how much they'll reduce it, but I hope it's not too frequent and annoying. On the other hand though, Jingle Hells is coming back, which is good. Actually looking forward to that. And I think this is a limited time event, but they're going to be retheming Liberty Falls like a Christmas theme. But there's also going to be like minor tweaks, like Mangler Arsenal's going to be removed, apparently, which might make the Christmas event a lot more easier. You could even throw snowballs, zombies drop presents that give weapons and gifts. And apparently for the special round as well, you get like some cold scenario where you basically have to find shelter and warmth. It's definitely going to be interesting. I don't think there is actually much indoor space with Liberty Falls. I know it is very open, so that will be definitely quite interesting to find out how that's going to work. And they also mentioned as well they're going to still keep the Easter egg on, so you're going to have to do the Easter egg with all these cold modifiers and Christmas sets. It's going to be pretty fun. And they also said as well they're going to be doing a zombies and vermin makeover, so Zeds have like a Christmas theme to them. Again, quite cool, sticking to the theme of Christmas. I've also got a Christmas intro as well. I actually forgot about that. So, you know, like loading screens for every map, and so they've got like this custom loading screen for custom Liberty Falls. Again, this all sounds like a limited time event because it is Christmas. So yeah, at the end as well, they also mentioned there's going to be a ton of zombies content coming next year. And they're going to be going full steam ahead, I think they said. But yeah, definitely interested to see what that could be like. And I'm actually looking forward to this map a lot now. Like, not only have we got Citadel and Demore, we've also got a new Christmas Liberty Falls. That's going to be pretty funny. I'll definitely do a ton of content on that when it releases. But yeah, so I'm going to end the video here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, join Discord if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video.